Hi, this is a walkthrough of your Untappd for Business account. Thanks for taking some time to learn more about everything. We're happy to have you here, and we're excited to show you around. Right now, the page that we're on is an example of what you'll see when you log into your Untappd for Business account. This is what we call your Launchpad. Here on the left, you'll see any accounts that you manage. You'll see the name of the business as well as the address. You can click in the box with the business name to start managing the account. Once inside the account, you can click on your name in the top right for some different drop-down options. Account settings is how you'll update the email address and password that you use to sign into the account. Manage users allows you to invite additional users to the account. If anyone needs access, you'll provide their name and email address, and each user will get their own login information. You can have as many users as you'd like, and you can choose what permissions they have. We do also have our billing and invoices section, which allows you to download invoices and update payment details. And then we do have a support tab, which features articles and video tutorials of everything that we'll cover today, as well as some frequently asked questions. Most of the account will be managed here from this left-hand toolbar. At the very bottom, you have your settings and your location information. This is all the basic info about the business. You'll see here that it is preloaded for you, but it's also grayed out, so it's the only portion of the account that you cannot edit yourself. If you need anything updated, we do provide our contact information here at the top, and there's a chat bubble in the bottom right. So feel free to reach out and we can edit anything or help with any questions that you might have. Underneath settings, you also have location details, which allows you to make some more specific edits to your page. You can upload a logo, as well as edit things like time zone, currency, categories, as well as some more specific details below. All this information is available for users to see and can be updated whenever you'd like. Underneath settings, you do also have your location hours. You will be able to update this portion yourself, and it is very quick to update. And again, you can update this whenever you'd like. You can also mark that the location is closed for a specific day of the week or even open 24 hours. Especially with COVID protocols and holiday hours, this is a really quick way to update users on when you'll be open and available. Underneath settings, we do also have our social media connection, and this is where you'll go to link Twitter and Facebook to your account. You do have three buttons here, and you'll click on each of these and follow the prompts. From there, everything should be fully synced, and you can post directly to Facebook and Twitter, as well as post your menus directly to your Facebook page. When you go to link to Facebook, it will ask for access to your personal Facebook page, and from there you can choose which pages you manage on Facebook that you'd actually like for us to connect to. We'll never post anything to your personal Facebook page, just the security protocols that Facebook requires we follow. Next, we'll come to the top to our beer menus heading, and we'll start by selecting Add a new menu. When you go to create a beer menu, it will ask for a menu name and an optional description. Really up to you as far as what sort of labeling and organization makes the most sense. You'll notice that we have a draft list and bottles and cans menu separated here on the left. That's probably the most common way that we'll see menus organized. So if we did want to start off with something like a tap list, we can definitely do so. Once we create the beer menu, you'll have an Untitled section that you can click into to begin adding everything in, and you can add new sections above that. You can have one Untitled section for the entire menu, or organize this however works best. Style of beer and taste profile are probably the two most common ways that we'll see sections utilized. But during the holidays, the sections are a great way to let people know about any seasonal beers that you have in stock, anything that is rare or hard to find that would make a good gift, anything like that, anything that you've put on special. These sections are a great way to let users know about that and easily find those items. So if we did want to come into our Untitled section here and come into section settings, we can change the section name to whatever we'd like. So if we did want to start off with an IPA section, for instance, we could go ahead and save that information. To start adding the items into your menu, you'll use this search bar to search Untappd's database of about 3 million beverages. It does work like a Google search, so a combination of the beer name and brewery name will give you the best results. So if I knew that I had on this new anthem long needle, I can go ahead and click on that. It will add it into the section for me. If I click on the item again, you'll see that all of the item info is preloaded for you. You can edit any of this information as far as how it will appear on your menus. So things like your print menus and digital menus. This won't change the official entry of the beer in the Untappd database, so you can make sure that this information is being displayed and phrased just how you'd like on your menus. At the top with containers, you can choose whatever container sizes you might serve each of these in, and then you can associate a specific price with each size. And then if we scroll to the bottom, you can also mark if you're serving the beer nitro or cask, or if it's a locally sourced beer. You do also have your share option, so you can share each beer out to Facebook and Twitter. Great way to let those other social media audiences know about what you have available. And then we can save the item here. And I'm going to add in one more item to show you how we can organize. So if we hover our mouse over an item, you'll see that there's 3 icons on the right. You'll click and hold on this middle icon, and that allows you to manually drag and move each item. And then we do have our sort beer list option, so you can come in and choose to automatically sort each section. If you do search for an item and you're unable to find it in the database, you will have the ability to create the item. Once you fill in the information here on the right, you'll see that you can add the item into the database and into the menu for you. And as we come back out and into our tap list, you will also notice an on deck section at the bottom of each of your beer menus. This is a coming soon section. You are welcome to come into section settings and you can change the phrasing of this if you'd like. And it will function the same way. So if you have any items that you know you'll be adding in the near future, you can go ahead and set those items up ahead of time. Makes it easy to move into the menu, and then users can see this section and start to get excited about those beers that are coming out soon. So if I knew that I had ordered this key lime pie IPA and I was just waiting to get that in stock, I could go ahead and set up all my information. And then when the time's right, this move item feature at the bottom allows me to choose where the item will be moved. And as you see here, once you select the move item option, very seamlessly transfers into the menu. And then if you do need to remove something from the menu, you can hover your mouse over and select the trash can icon on the right. And as we come back to our tap list, you will see the publish menu option here in the top right. You will want to make sure to publish your menu whenever you're ready for it to be seen by the public. That's what it will push your menu live on Untappd so that the Untappd users can begin seeing your menus and getting notifications about your beer menu. And then underneath the beer menus heading, you do also have your menu history. This is going to give you a list of all the items that have been removed from your beer menus. If there's something that you'd like to add back, you can hit the plus icon to the right of the item. And from there, you can choose where to add the item back to. And it will take with it all the information that you set up for it previously. So definitely a good time saver if there's anything that comes on and off the menu. And then underneath that beer menus heading, you will also have your bulk upload feature. As opposed to manually building your menus out, you can upload a file here, and our team will take care of building those menus out for you. We do ask that whatever file you upload, that it's in a copy and paste ready format. Anything like a PDF or Excel document will work perfectly. From there, it can take 24 to 48 business hours to complete, but our team will email you and let you know once that has been completed. And from there, it'll be uploaded in your account and available for you to use. We also have our food, wine, and cocktail menus below that. The food, wine, and cocktail menus are in reality completely customizable, so you can build a menu for anything that you'd like. These menus will not display directly on Untappd like your beer menus, but these menus can be incorporated in with anything like your print menus, digital menus, your website embed, as well as your Facebook menus. And we'll touch on that a little bit later. But you'll see here with my food menu that it is a very similar organization to your beer menus. You can give the menu a name, description, and break it into sections. But instead of pulling from a database, you'll see that we have our custom item list here. And below that, you will be able to choose from a number of different item types. Once you've chosen an item type, you'll be able to fill in the details for each item, and you can go about creating the menu. This is a bit more of a drawn out process, but again, remember that that bulk upload feature is available for both your beer menus and your food, wine, and cocktail menus, so we are happy to help with this process as well. Moving down on the left, we also have our customize menu display heading, and we have our print menu option, and this is where you'll go to design your menus to be printed out. As you see here, you can have as many print menu designs as you'd like. When you go to create a new print menu, it will ask you to choose which menus you'd like included on the design, and you can give that design a label. Again, on the front end, you'll see the label and the menu names, and we'll click the design option underneath that. You will notice that we have a number of different templates, one of which is our QR code option. 2020 has been a very strange year, and with all of the different COVID restrictions and protocols, contactless menus have been at the forefront of a lot of people's minds. The QR codes are a great way to display your menu in a contactless way. The QR code that we generate here will be available for users to scan. And when users scan that, it will show your venue page on Untappd. If the user has the Untappd app, it will open on their app. If not, their mobile browser will be available for them to display the menu, and it will show all of your published beer menus. This QR code will stay constant, so as you make any changes to your beer menu, you won't have to worry about changing out that QR code. And definitely a good way to cut back on the number of pages that you have to print off each day. If you are looking for a more traditional print menu, you will see that our other templates definitely provide some great options. Each one of these has a unique look, so once you've found a good print menu template, you can select design in the top left and start to customize elements like paper size and orientation. You can upload a background image if you'd like. Below that, you can click on and off your different menu options, and as you make any changes, you'll see as the preview on the right is updated. Same goes for the font and header options, as well as your different item information. And you can also customize your footer. Just make sure to hit save and close in the bottom left, and that will save that template moving forward. So as you make any changes to your menus, you can come back to this template. You'll see that all the design options are the same. It just would have pulled in the new information for those new menu items. And you'll select the print menu option, and that will download a PDF for you to print out. And that does also go for the QR code template. So just make sure to hit the print menu option, and that will download a PDF of that QR code print menu, and you can make as many copies as you'd like. As we come back out to customize menu display, there's another great option for contactless menus, and that's here with your digital menu option. The digital menus allow you to display your menus on a TV screen. There is particular hardware that you'll need for this. You'll need the Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. You do need the 4K model specifically, and you'll download the Digital Menus by Untappd app. And from there, you'll use your digital menu ID to display your design on the TV screen. If you are looking for a vertical menu, we can certainly provide a solution for that. It will require some different hardware, so please feel free to reach out to us and we can make sure that you're set up with all the correct information and we can make sure to set up a vertical menu for you. As far as the design, it's very similar to your print menus. You'll select add a new menu and choose which menus you'd like to include on the design, and you can give that design a label. You'll see the label and menu names, and we'll click the design option underneath that. You will have a number of different templates to choose from. You'll notice that we do have these portrait templates at the bottom. So if you are looking for a vertical TV setup, you will need to choose one of these templates. Otherwise, if you're using the Fire TV stick, you can choose from any of our landscape templates here. Once you found a good template, you can choose how many items you'd like to display on the screen at one time. And when you hit design in the top left, you can begin to update your general menu options and item information, just like we were doing with the print menus. You can also update all the different appearance options. And as you see here, any changes we make on the left will pull into our preview on the right. You'll also have an info bar at the bottom of the screen, so you can publish some information like announcements, events, and Untappd check-ins. And then at the very bottom, you'll notice the ad slides. The ad slides are an excellent way to provide some more information to your patrons, especially during the holidays. The ad slides are really a good way to advertise anything that's going on at the venue, whether that's gift cards, holiday meal specials, or even charity opportunities, anything that you'd like to advertise, the ad slides are a great way to do that. The ad slides allow you to upload as many custom images as you'd like, and then each image will cycle through as its own page to the menu. So as you see here, as the second page of my menu ends, my current ad slide will rotate through, and it doesn't have to be Untappd related, but again, just an example of how it will take up the entire screen. Definitely a great way to get the word out about anything that's going on at the venue. And again, we'll hit save and close. That'll save that design for us. And the digital menu ID will stay the same, so you can make updates to the design in real time, and you'll be able to input that on your Fire TV stick. Underneath Customize Menu Display, we also have our website embed. This is where you'll go to create a tab on your business website that features your Untappd for Business menus. Here at the top, you'll have your different embed codes. You'll have a full embed code as well as our iframe code and a WordPress shortcode. The iframe code tends to work most consistently across different web builders, but again, we're happy to help out with getting that code embedded on your website. Once you do set up the initial embed, anytime that you make changes to your menus in your Untappd for Business account, those same changes will pull into your business website automatically. And here at the top, you'll also have your visible menus. So you'll want to choose which menus will actually be visible on your website embed, and you can update that whenever you'd like. As we scroll down, you can also choose whether or not you'll have events, and you can update the general appearance of how all of this will look. You do have a preview option, and then you can hit save. From there, you will copy your embed code from the top and paste that in to your website builder. Again, certainly something that we can help out with. And once that embed is set up, anytime you make changes to the menus in your account, those same changes will pull into your website menu automatically. Underneath Customize Menu Display, we also have our Facebook embed. Unlike the website embed, you won't have any code that you need to paste into Facebook or anything like that. You will need to choose which menus will be visible on your Facebook menu, and you can go ahead and select that here at the top, as well as choose if you'll show your events. Below that, you can customize the design of the menu. You will have your preview option and your save button as well. And just remember to come into social media connection and you can set up that Facebook menu connection from there. No need to worry about any code. Next up on the left, we have our events. The events are an excellent way to connect with users on Untappd and make sure that you're getting the word out about your venue. When you select Add a New Event, it is a very straightforward form. Once you fill this out and hit Save, that event will go live on Untappd. As a verified venue, you will have subscribers on Untappd. Anyone who is subscribed to your page will get notified each time that you add a new beverage to your beer menus and each time that you create a new event. We do also have the upcoming events portion of the Untappd app, so any user can look and see any of the upcoming events in a given area. So definitely a great way to get your name out there. And especially during the holidays, the events are really an excellent way to connect with users, whether it's an advent calendar or some awesome beers that you have in stock that you think people would love around the holidays. The events are just really a good way to share some specific cool information about your venue with the users in the area. So definitely something to think about around the holidays. On the left-hand toolbar, we also have our announcements, and we have our menu announcements here. The menu announcements allow you to post messages on things like your website and Facebook menus, as well as your print menus and digital boards. On the print menus and website and Facebook menus, you'll see the announcements at the very top of the page. And on your digital boards, you'll see those announcements scroll along the bottom of the page on your info bar. You can type in whatever content you'd like, and then at the top, you can schedule this to go out now. You can set a time in the future for this to go out with our once option, or you can also set up a weekly recurring announcement. And these can be great to let people know about happy hours or special pricing, anything that you'd like to keep people up to date on. Definitely a good way to do so. And then underneath the announcements, you do also have your social announcements. The social announcements allow you to post directly to Facebook and Twitter. You can type in whatever content you'd like, and you can upload an image as well. You can schedule these out just like with the menu announcements. And these messages or these posts will go directly to Facebook and Twitter and look like they're coming from your own account. It won't say that this is a post by Untappd or anything like that. So, definitely a good way to be able to schedule out any of your social media posts ahead of time, and just a nice way to, again, be able to save some time on that end of things. One of the other great options that we have is our venue check-ins. The venue check-ins allows you to see a live feed of all the users who are checking in at your venue. You will notice that we have an on-premise and purchased from toggle here at the top. That has to do with how users mark their check-in. On-premise would be someone sitting down and drinking a pint at your bar, and purchased from would be someone grabbing a six-pack or a growler and drinking that beer elsewhere. With COVID and a lot of the precautions that are being taken along with it, we have noticed an increase in the number of purchased from check-ins. So definitely feel free to click between these two options, and you can toast these users and comment on their check-ins. A toast is kind of our version of a Facebook like, so it's really a great way to interact with users and give them that feel of a bar regular, and have definitely seen where this goes a long way to building some of those loyal patrons who really want to check in and interact with the venue as much as possible. At the very bottom here, we also provide you with some analytics. So we have your venue stats, which will provide you with some details on what users are enjoying and checking in most at your venue specifically. You can set a time frame from the past day to the past year, and you can also toggle between on-premise and purchased at check-ins. You'll get a breakdown for your check-ins. You'll see which days of the week you've had the most users check in. You'll get breakdowns for your menu views, as well as your subscribers and your customer demographics. With your popular beers, you'll see which beers have been checked in most often at your venue. The top rated beers are the beers that have received the highest ratings when being checked in at your venue. And then the top rated styles are the styles with the highest ratings when checked in at your venue. And then underneath analytics, you will also have your nearby stats. And the nearby stats provide you with some good insight on what users in your surrounding area are enjoying most. You can set up a physical radius from 5 miles up to 75, and you can choose a time frame from the past day to the past 2 months. From there, you'll see which beers are being checked in most in your area, whether that's at bars, restaurants, people's houses, anywhere that they may be checking in. Below that, with your popular nearby retail beers, you'll see which beers are being checked in at retail locations specifically, so places like bars, restaurants, bottle shops. And then we do also provide you with a list of the most subscribed to beers in your area. When a user subscribes to a beer, they get notified anytime someone in their area adds that beer to their menu. So if you saw that this Tropical Frightening had a ton of subscribers and you decided to add it to your menu, then everyone within a 40-mile radius who was subscribed to that beer would get a notification that you now have it available. Definitely a good way to keep track of what beers and what types of beers people are particularly interested in, and what sort of things people are really willing to go out of their way to find. And then we do also have our popular nearby styles. So, which styles of beer have been checked in most in your area? A great way to see where those larger taste preferences and trends are going, especially as the seasons change. It's a great way to keep track of what sort of beers people are preferring. And that's pretty much everything as far as the platform is concerned. If you do have any questions, concerns, anything that you need help with, certainly feel free to reach out to us. We do have our chat bubble here in the bottom right-hand corner, and we also have our support articles available. And do feel free to email us at business@untappd.com, and we'll certainly be happy to help with anything that you need. And I do thank you guys for taking some time to go through all of this with us, and hope that you have an excellent rest of your day.